Any odds on what's going to be behind door number 1 here? Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Motorcycle Rewind. As you can see, we're in the truck, which means we must be going to pick up a motorcycle. It's happened again. Okay guys, here we are with the cheapest 1981 Honda CM200t in the country. Yes, and you're saying, Eric, why would you spend any money on it? But I didn't. It was 100% free. It was 100% free, and it does this. And it does this. It may take its time coming back up, but it's not seized. It's not the prettiest thing in the world, as you can see, but it's complete. It's all there. Well, it's all there minus the top part of the seat. Had a buddy of mine text me yesterday, day before yesterday, and said, hey, you know what one of these, what is this? And I sent back just ran the CM200, ran it, and said, this is what it is. And he said, do you want it? It was left at a body shop, been sitting out there for years, unknown what's wrong with it or anything like that, but it was free. And I'm a connoisseur of cheap, crusty motorcycles, and this is both cheap and crusty. It has a key, but you can see by the lock here and the lock here, it's kind of janky. So I think we're going to have to pull this switch off and see if we can get to the wires on the back. See if we have anything in here. Oh. This is what the paint used to look like, or it's been years. Any odds on what's going to be behind door number 1 here? Oh, it's not. It's not awful. I mean, it's probably not good. It's not the worst thing I've ever seen. I'm not gonna say it's the best thing, but it's definitely not the worst. Okay, guys, what I really want to do is put 60 minutes on the clock and see what we can get done in 1 hour. 1 hour just knocking out on this motorcycle, basically just seeing if we can get it to make noise within the next 60 minutes. So let's go ahead and get this thing started. Hey Siri, set a timer for 1 hour.
1 hour, counting down.
Perfect. Let's see what we can do. So let's pull these spark plugs off and then go at it. Let me get the air compressor, just because there's a whole bunch of stuff in there and I'd really like to blow that out. We're going to assume by the look of this spark plug that they're going to be pretty good. Look at them. This thing was running pretty good when it was running. That's not too bad. What are the odds that we get spark out of this thing? Not awful. Okay, let's get back over here, kick it over a few times, then we're going to get the jump box and go at it. Again, we're kind of a speed round on this. Just trying to see what we can do in 1 hour. Whoa, that one's sharp. That's pretty good compression on the left side. Okay. Let's get the jump box. Now, we're just going to make the huge assumption that we have some kind of compression. And now let's see if we can get some electrics to work. Looks like my fuse is still good. Looks like the fuse holder is not. The more I touch it, the worse it gets. I want to see if I can put the jump pack to it. I want to check to see if the starter works before we get to the power. So let me go ahead and do that really quick. Hey, starter works. Let's see if we got any compression. Oh, all right. Let's get some spark to this thing. Turn the jump box off, that's enough. Now let's turn our attention to this guy up here so we can see if we can get it to turn on. So let's get this guy here. Oh, that's gotta be, I'm gonna need to go get that. And now we'll see if we can get this guy free. A good 1, 2. Get to the back of this thing, a little jumper wire. I think we may have figured out what was wrong with this motorcycle. I don't know if you guys can see. I'll get you in here as close as I can. This is the power, and it looks like it shorted out. See that? That doesn't look good. It looks like it was hitting right on this guy. So I think I need the red and the black and white. I think I need power to here, so let's check and see. Worst case, we just make a jumper and go from here to here. Let's check and see. Let's get a jumper wire and figure out what we can get. See a test light and see what we can get going. I have it on. Let's see if we got power. Coming to this. Yeah, look, we got power right here, which is good. So let's figure out where this jumper wire goes so we can figure out where we get power up here. See if we get a light on up here. Is this? Oh, there's another cut wire right there. Oh, there it is. It's the brown and white. Look, and that was probably my problem. Or their problem. It's not my problem anymore, but let me show you. Let me unplug this. So I have juice running to both of these, but look, this guy's cut right here. This brown and white one's right here cut, and then this guy is cut too. So it's probably the problem. So let's get this jumper, because you keep an eye on these gauges, and this is conveniently prepared for me, so I didn't have to cut any wires or anything. So I can just do this guy right here and this guy right here. Did I get lights? There we go. That's a good connection. Look, the top of this one is pretty rusty, so let's go in and out a couple of times. Let's set it right there. You keep an eye right here. Nothing on this side. Let's go check this. The other side. Let's go here. We haven't even gotten to the point yet, but let's see. Nothing yet. Let's take these points off. See what's what. Okay, let's get this cover off. See if we can get to points. Ah, electronic ignition. But it should work. Maybe I don't have my coils plugged in the right way. Looks like we may have to pull the seat and the tank off. Let's do that real quick. It could be my spark plug boots. It just could be that I'm not getting juice to the point. So let's check that. I mean to the coil. We'll check that, then we'll go from here. Let's get our test light, see if we're getting any juice to the coil. I'm going to need a timeout on our 60-minute timer, only because I've got to put the car seats in the car, and Carrie's got to take the grandbabies back home. So I'm going to take a pause right now. It's 3:48, so we'll pause. We'll get back to you in just a moment. I'm back. It's 3:56 right now. I don't know if you guys can see that, but just take my word for it. 3:56, so we'll add the time back. We'll have to stop again when we load the kids up in the car. But I think I'm not, because I jumped this, I think I'm not getting juice to the black and white wire, which is right here, which is what I need to be able to get spark. So I think I'm gonna run just a jumper wire straight to power. I'll get this in just a minute. Let me go help Carrie save my marriage, so she doesn't get mad at me. Help her with those kids, and I'll come back to you guys in just a moment. Again, 3:57, so time gets added back to the end. And so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna run a jumper wire from the coil to the positive wire. Should power that up, and let's see if we get some spark right about there. And if we get spark there, then we're one step closer. And I think based on the way everything's kind of shaping out, I think the switch may have been the problem why it was parked. Okay, I got juice now. Let me connect. See if that works. Juice. Jumper. Stuff to trip on. Let's check, keep an eye on this. Fingers crossed. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to switch out this coil real quick. I know it's the wrong color wire, but it's the wire that was already made, so we're just doing this quick and dirty. Trying to see if we can get it under the wire. We are at 417 right now. Let me bolt this guy up. I also just grab a battery just to give me a better connection than what I have. Okay, my timer went off. So my 1 hour timer has gone off. So I think we get some play left. And it's 4:20 right now. I'm gonna give us till, I think we probably put on the clock, what would we say, 28 minutes? So let's start a timer. It's 4:21 right now. We have it until 28 minutes. Let's just say 29 minutes from now, and let's make it 4:50. Hey Siri, set an alarm for 4:50 p.m. today.
Done.
Perfect. So now we have that going on. Let's finish screwing these in. Let's put a spark plug in one of these. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and take the solenoid out of the mix, kind of like we did on the free GPZ. All signs are pointing to the shorts in the switch being the reason why this thing parked. It's little things like this that take up all the time. Oh look, they gave me the battery holder right there. That's a good one. That's a good one, that'll work. Let's get this guy plugged in. So I can use this ground right here. And my power right here. To this guy and this guy. Okay, there we go. Now we got good juice. Right here is what we're looking for. Fingers crossed. Still nothing. Still nothing. Let's make sure we got power going everywhere. This on. Power. Okay. If we were points, we'd be cleaning the points right now, making sure they opened and closed, making sure everything happened. But we don't have no points. We got electronic ignition. We got this. I don't know. I'm trying to figure this out. This is the first CM200t I've ever seen, let alone work on, and we're trying to figure it out. So far, we've got an hour into it, and we know that probably if we had to start a solenoid or cleaning up that switch, we could get the starter button to work. So it turns over. Doesn't sound the worst, doesn't sound the best, right? It turns over pretty good. It's just, can we get spark? That's our next task. And it looks like we're 5 minutes left to our time. So, this is where I'm stumped. Guys, if you have any ideas, comment down below. Could I get this thing to make some noise in 60 minutes? Well, the answer we know to this one so far is no. I don't think I'll make it in the 60 minutes, but can we get it to run? Yeah, I believe so. I'm going to figure out this. I'm going to noodle on this for a little bit. Let me do some research, and I'll get back to you. But for where we are right now, it's CM200 1, Eric 0. So it may have beat me in this first hour, which doesn't mean he's going to beat me for long. So we're going to go at this. We're not finished with it. We're finished for this moment right now. We picked it up for free, a free motorcycle, and the challenge was, can I get it running in an hour? We have to get it running, right? And we want to do it for little to no money as possible. So it's not a bad. I'm saying it's not a bad motorcycle. It's ugly. It's awful. But it could be a little fun putt around, run around town, not have to worry about anything. It could be a great motorcycle for my son who lives in New Orleans. Leave it exactly the way it is, because then nobody would want to steal it, right? You can leave it on the street. You don't have to worry about it. I wouldn't even put a new seat on it. I'd leave the seat the way it is, leave the tank the way it is, may not even wash it. And you could just run around town with it just like that. You wouldn't have to worry about somebody taking it. That would be the plus of this thing. But to me, I would want to wash it. And then once I start doing that, then who knows what will happen. So we'll see what the future holds with this little CM200. But for right now, we're going to say thanks for watching yet another episode of Motorcycle Rewind. And remember to like, tag, share, and follow us on Instagram at Motorcycle Rewind. And do me a favor, hit that subscribe button. Thanks again, guys, and have a great day.